Hello, Brobs. We're back with new book arrivals number 275. It's not many books, although I did buy a bunch of media guides, like 40 of them, so I'm not going to include those because I'll probably just do a post of media guides for some unknown reason. But yeah, I mean, I did grab a bunch of books. I went to F off day and got like 40 of these for 35 cents a piece. That's like 13, 14 bucks. And I'll probably sell as many as I can for 10 bucks a piece. But we're going to stick with these. And first, I have to set up the chat. Not that anyone cares, but I cares. 275. Put it in this. New book arrivals. Done, 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 son. Good fun, son. Right, we shall open that and see what happens. All right. Probably overdone it with lives today, but I don't give a fuck. 95 degrees out today. Didn't do a goddamn thing besides I did cut the lawn, so I guess I can't say I did nothing. All right. Let's do this. Come here. Get up there. All right. Blade Runner by Philip K. Dick. Not in very good shape. It's got some spine creases, dog-eared corners, but Library Media Center, Decatur, Georgia. Probably have about 10 Philip K. Dick books, and I also bought a bunch and let one of my former co-workers, my bros, have the books, and I don't think he's ever read them either, so I don't even remember what Blade Runner was. Obviously, it's Harrison Ford, and I hate fucking Harrison Ford. Kurt Vonnegut, Slaughterhouse 5. Not often you find a Vonnegut book that's in decent shape, so 50 cents, it's worth it. I don't know how much these go for anymore, but never read any Vonnegut. Although I have Cat's Cradle on a vinyl LP, and it was pretty good. But just the general tenor of his books makes me not want to read them. Anna, Karen Ina. I don't know how the fuck you say it. Leo Tolstoy. I probably have. Is that a big jizz spot in there? Probably have 5 or 6 copies of Anna Karenina of various modes. I just bought one last week. A nice hardcover, vintage hardcover, but this one's got a tear in the back and spine creases, but for 50 cents. How much does this thing go for? Brand new. 16, and this was probably 10 years ago at least. Yeah, 2002, so 20 years ago. 20 plus. 50 cent. 50 cent. Can't beat 50 cent. This book, I thought was a book until I got to the end of it. And it turns out it's a fucking CD. I have no clue who these guys are, but I'll probably resell it, make some money off them. Looks like some kind of Asian boy band. What's it say? Stray Kids? Stray Kids, the third album. Looks like a chick. Is that their appeal? They're so beautiful that they look like women. These got to be Japanese guys, right? Or is this Korean? Is this K-pop? Anyway, the CD's in great shape, so I'll sell this motherfucker for 10 bucks. And ship it off to somebody else. The dude does look like a chick. Kind of looks like Kristen Stewart. He doesn't look like a chick. It's like fucking Wayne Hussey. Anyway, yeah, never heard of him before, but it's 35 cents, half off day, so I got it. Ditto with this book. Same with all those two, as I already mentioned. Zlata the Goat and Other Stories by Itzhak Bashevis, singer. It'd be really great if all these came off without incident, but they won't. So probably have most of these stories in my singer collection, but I like these paperbacks. What year is this from? Obviously a reprint, 94 from the 66 original. 30-year-old book, Jesus Christ. It's pretty good shape for 30 years old. What you think, bruv? Agatha Christie, The Unexpected Guest, adapted as a novel by Charles Osborne, so I'm guessing it was a play. Agatha Christie is the most widely published author of all time. Seems unlikely at this point, but who knows? Outsold only by the Bible and Shakespeare. She is regarded by generations of fans as the greatest mystery writer of all time, and her novels are read and cherished the world over. In 1998, the novelization of Agatha Christie's play Black Coffee took the country by storm. A New York Times bestseller, it was hailed by critics and Christie's legion of fans alike. Now, for all those whose appetites were only sharpened by a taste of Christie, comes The Unexpected Guest. So it's by Christie, but in a different form than she had intended it. And it was adapted probably after her death. I don't know when she died. Is she like Lillian Jackson Braun, who no one knows when she lived or died? Anyways, first edition, 1999. I doubt it's worth anything, but you never know. I've never read any Agatha Christie, but I want to read her biography just because I'm interested in the time when she disappeared. I don't remember why I found out about that. I was looking up something and I happened to find the newspaper article where she disappeared after her husband cheated. She was gone for like 2 or 3 weeks and no one knew where she was. I don't think anyone ever really found out where she was. The Psychic Pathway by Sonia Choquette, a workbook for reawakening the voice of your soul. 50-cent book, I couldn't go wrong. Hopefully no one wrote in it. I could stick it with my psychic books, which I'll never read. Yeah. What Every Young Man Should Know by Bernard Gaze Associates. Is that Geis? Does that say Geis or Gaze? I think it's an E. Geis Esquire magazine. It's obviously worth more when it has the dust jacket, but it's a pretty cool looking little book. Lots of colored illustrations. Just a book of etiquette, probably so you don't make a fool of yourself. This book kind of smells like pickles. Smells like pickles, bruv. Surrender perfume. Yeah, this is great illustrations. I like them. Probably sell it if I can. One day, someday. Keep saying that, but I just keep buying books, so. There's that. Do this one, then we'll get into the antique and classic or vintage. She, A History of Adventure. H. Rider Haggard. I've never heard of this writer. What is this about? Oh, a runaway bestseller on its publication in 1887. H. Rider Haggard's She is a Victorian thrill ride of a novel featuring a lost African kingdom ruled by a mysterious, implacable queen, ferocious wildlife and yawning abysses, and an airy love story that spans 2,000 years. She has bewitched readers from Freud and Jung to C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien. In her introduction to this modern library paperback classic, which includes period illustrations by Maurice Greifenhagen and Charles H.M. Kerr, Margaret Atwood asserts that the awe inspiring Aisha, she who must be obeyed, is a permanent feature of the human imagination. Those are some bad illustrations. I don't like them. At least that one. I have to look this book up. We'll have to look this book and author up. Never heard of her. Or it. This was a library book. Where was it? U of I Urbana. Urbana. Champagne. Alright, to the good stuff. This World's Best Histories, Germany. And I think I could be wrong now that I read that it's World Best Histories. Germany from the earliest period. I assume it's volume 3 of 4 volumes of Germany history, but I could be wrong. I mean, there's got to be more than 4 different places that were covered in the World History series. Couldn't find the other volumes, but I didn't really care. When's this from? Volume 3. General von Moltke. I wonder if he's related to that one chick who was in Dark Shadows. I don't see a date on this. Apparently doesn't. It's undated. Yeah, History of Germany. Common Sense, Rights of Man by Thomas Paine. Which publication is this? It's got marbled end piece. End pieces. Palladium 2000. Thought it was older, but this special edition of Common Sense and Rights of Man by Thomas Paine has been privately printed for the members of the Library of American Freedoms. Introduction, Wayne LaPierre. Yeah, I thought that was probably 30 or 40 years old, but apparently it's only 25. Probably not worth much, but I only paid $1, so. Lastly, but not leastly, my best finds. Oh no, those looks like there's pages ripped out. Oh, come on. Hope they're not ripped out and missing. That'd be tragic. 325. Just sticking out, that'd be great. 27. Did not see this when I looked through the book. As long as it's not missing, I'm good by it. I don't care. That's fine. What's this say? A100. What's at the front? No clue what that is. The Ring and the Book. San Lorenzo in Lucina, Rome. Volume 6. What? Why does it say Volume 6? It says Volume 1. Why does it say Volume 7? Introductions and Notes by Charlotte Porter and Helen A. Clark. The complete work of Robert Browning. The Ring and the Book. 1898, so it claims. I don't know if it's just a later reprint, but kind of looks that old. Paid $5 for these two. I think Elizabeth Barrett Browning was better, right? I'm wrong. Crowell. The Ring and the Book, Volume 2. Why does it say Volume 8? It must be a part of a bigger series. Introduction and Notes again by the same peeps. 1898. Juris Doctor Johannes Baptista. The Ring and the Book. Wonder if this is from the works of Browning. What's this say? Book 10, lines 325 to 427. Nature gave. Gate. Dispose, O dawn of the day, first work, then play. The proverb bids and then means, won't we hold our little yearly lovesome frolic feast, Sinuolo's birthnight, Cinatello's own, that makes gruff January grin perforce. For too contagious grows the mirth, the warmth escaping from so many hearts at once, when the good wife, buxom and bonny yet, jokes the hale grandsire, such are just the sort to go off suddenly. He who hides the key, oh, the box beneath his pillow every night. All right, that's going to be it, because I'm not going to go into those, but maybe next time. All right, Bobs, that's all. My documentation. Your patronage is not necessary.